Now this is gonna be a long one. I thought about making this some sort of a mini course, but then I thought, f it. Alright, credentials. I'm a YouTube video editor who made around 20 million views for my clients by only doing long form content. I just want to give away everything that I know about freelance video editing. And in this video we will talk about and in the editing part I will show you how I made this video, this intro, and overall my tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I started editing videos, let's say 5 years ago. I started to create videos for my old YouTube channel from pure curiosity and creativity. I just want to amplify that I was not driven by money at that moment. I was not driven by amazing opportunities of video editing as a job. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe becoming a freelancer at some moment. This is a good skill to learn. I started to do video editing because I loved it. If you are starting editing videos because you think that this is some kind of gold mine and you will become rich in no time and it's a great side hustle, as they say, fucking side hustle, sitting 80 hours a day near your computer, chef's kiss side hustle. And it took me 3 years of editing from time to time. I made around 30 videos on my channel, maybe more. On every video I tried to learn something new. Video editing as a job is much different. And freelance video editing as a job is also a completely different thing. And YouTube freelance video editing as a job, it's like also something else. So let's start with the first steps. If you are just starting as a video editor, if you're probably looking for clients or you don't know how to build your portfolio, if you're deciding on what kind of niche do you want to be in, what is the best approach, what should you learn, which videos should you edit if you don't have any clients, anything. Now let's go through the steps. If you probably already went through some of those steps, but nevertheless I mention it just in case. Now you need to have computer, a software. I don't know these days who the hell pays a monthly fee to Adobe, but yeah, you can find ways to use Premiere Pro. I used it for a long time, but then I switched to DaVinci because I never liked to use After Effects and I wanted to create some more advanced graphics, and DaVinci Resolve seemed like this is a great opportunity to just spend like $300 once and have everything. You can create special effects in Fusion. You can really work with audio, with compressors and stuff like that in Fairlight. And of course color grading, come on. I learned editing videos using Premiere. Well, I started to learn how to do it actually from a YouTuber you probably know. It is Finzar. When he had like 30,000 subscribers, I found him when he posted his first viral video, which was, I think, gaming subtitles or something like that, or sound effects, sound design. I literally had his video turned on my computer and I repeated everything that he was showing out there. That's how I learned the basics, the fundamentals. And you know, you probably can see a lot of great editors, already established editors that are creating these crazy smooth animations and stuff like that. They are doing all those things. And when you make your own content, you look how clunky it is and you just get discouraged. Understand that you will get there. It all takes time. And it's not even it all takes time, you have to do more, you have to learn more. No, the time has to pass. You know, I didn't learn anything about like video editing, anything new for a year. I still got better understanding like what is the content that I want to make should look like. You know, when you edit a video, you think that it's all right. You go to sleep, you wake up and you see so many things that you want to fix, that you can improve, and every day, every night, every sleep like that, something will come up, something new will be here, and you will get better either way. So if you will learn a lot of things today, this does not mean that in 1 to 2 months you will be getting clients right and left. You can, probably you can, but I mean, expectations, they kill all the joy. So do not expect this. The best approach to learn video editing, in my opinion, I said it a million times, is to make your own videos. If you don't want to record yourself and create some beautiful shots, some scenes, think about creating some, music videos. Like, take a movie that you like, an anime. I love anime. These are like 10 chapters of Berserk. So you can make those kind of edits. And there are great creators with a lot of tutorials like Peach. If you are in DaVinci Circles, you probably know who that is. He makes AMV videos, anime music videos. And he's a very advanced editor, and his content is like top notch, and he has a lot of tutorials which you can learn from. So you see, you want to create something, you have to have a desire to create something, and then you look online on how to make it. And that's how you learn. You do not open like a book, a tutorial, and just learn, oh, this button does this button does that. You think you will remember all of this at once, like in one sitting? I still don't know probably what like 20% of the buttons are doing in my software, because I didn't use it. I use what I want to use, and sometimes I have an inspiration to learn something new, and I learn something new. But usually you should not like spread yourself. If you are into creating some smooth animations or smooth transitions or smooth subtitles, you spend like a week perfecting those things. Also, if you are like in a place where, damn, I don't have any money right now, I don't have any income, I'm going all in on video editing and I need money right now. Now that's the bad place to be in. You will probably find bad clients with this approach. You will be stressed out. Well, while it worked for me at some point when the war started in Ukraine, in my country, I didn't have any job, and I decided that I will not go to the office job anymore. Never. So I just created an Upwork profile, a Fiverr profile, and I found in 1 week I found clients, and I found one client actually, which is my client right now, 3 years later. But that was just an accident. First of all, you know what is luck? When the preparation meets opportunity. I was preparing for this 2 years prior. I created videos for my own channel. I had an introduction video that I made. These were cuts from my videos, my old videos, with my face and with adding some subtitles and voiceover that like I'm doing this and that. So yeah, I found the client fast. But if you are just starting, don't expect. Like, expectations kill everything. I learned this the hard way when the war started, because I expected my life to be something different. And now I realize that lower your expectations in terms of everything. This will make your life much more enjoyable, and the things that you are doing also much more enjoyable. So what I was saying, that find videos online or record something of your own. If you have anything creative that you want to implement, do that, because this is the best work that you will have. You will also learn much more. For example, you will already, when you will get your first client, you will already know how does it look like to cut the best parts of the video, to cut and where you should cut, where you shouldn't cut. You will already know how to create a good pacing. What is a good pacing? You will be more confident in the work that you are doing, and therefore you will not be afraid to ask more money for it. And let me tell you, you are worth probably more than you think. Let's talk about the importance of the gear and the powerful PC, stuff like that. Now, when I started editing for my old channel, I was using ThinkPad something, which is like basically business laptop. It was not a gaming laptop. It was not a powerful laptop. It was just a shitty laptop with, I don't know, with a very weak GPU. And I still managed to create some videos. Yes, it was clunky, it was lagging, but I did it. When you're just starting, you will not probably know the difference between how does the workflow look on a powerful PC or like not powerful laptop. If you will not spend enough time working on a shitty laptop, you will not appreciate when you will get a powerful computer or a laptop or anything. I bought myself a GeForce RTX 4080 Super. I'm still planning to buy a new motherboard, a new CPU on my computer to make it my workstation. But for now, while I have this GPU and I can use this computer with that GPU and it will probably work better, I'm still using my laptop because this is much more convenient and I have everything out there set up and I can, like, it's a laptop. And you also can connect a laptop to one monitor and you can use two screens. Two screens, oh, by the way, two screens is like necessary. It's just no-brainer. Working on one screen is, these days, it's not a way to go, in my opinion. if you want a comfortable, fast work, because you will have DaVinci Resolve on one screen, and you will have Google probably looking for some files, some assets, or just folders on the second screen. This is one of the most important parts, I think, in my opinion, having more than one monitor. That's why I'm using my laptop for now. When I will buy a second monitor, I will probably be using my PC. Now, what I'm suggesting you to invest in is something like this. You see this mouse? This is Logitech G502 Hero. It's a pretty old mouse, but it has these buttons. It has a lot of programmable buttons, and I cannot emphasize how night and day of a difference it is when you have more than 2 buttons and a wheel that can also be clicked sideways, and also these programmable buttons. Yeah, this is like night and day. Or what you can do with it, how fast can you edit it? Literally, I'm editing 2 times faster with this kind of mouse. I just set a couple of buttons here, and I set my wheel to go 1 frame right, 1 frame left. I'll explain it later in the editing segment. The third thing is memory. You will never have enough memory because I have 1.5 terabytes of memory on my laptop, and and for the last year I never had more than 100 gigabytes of free space. If you also have long-term clients, you will have to decide beforehand if you should keep these files or if you should delete them. But you also never know, maybe some of the old files, you will need them for the future videos, and that's why you keep so much like unnecessary videos and old projects and everything on your computer, and you don't know if you should delete them or should not. And when you're making more and more videos, you will probably be downloading some like effects, B-roll, presets. It all accumulates and you will run out of storage, definitely. So yeah, to sum up in terms of gear, 2 monitors or laptop plus monitor, a mouse with a lot of programmable buttons and a lot of storage. If you have a not really powerful GPU or CPU, yeah, you will feel some stuttering, yeah, but you will get the job done. You should also create proxies. Proxies are something that like help me to work with 4K files every time from laptop with RTX 3060 with 4 gigabytes, and I'm doing fine. Now let's get to what to expect from this job and some challenges that you will probably have. From what I've seen, video editing niche can differ substantially from person to person. Some guys, girls, anyone can create a business, a local business. You will find clients like locally. These will be some businesses that you will provide services. You will be shooting, you will be filming videos, and then you will be editing them. And those clients will pay you a lot of money because, yeah, they are businesses. They have money and they want to outsource the marketing thing, the video content marketing thing to someone else. And if you will provide all those services, they will be happy. They will pay you a lot of money. Now, people who will, like I am, who will look for clients on Fiverr, on Upwork, we will probably be not scammed, but we will be undervalued a lot of times. And we will have to dig through that rut of bad clients. We will have to dig through that to find some great clients, and make sure that we will do such a great job that those clients will not decide to look for other editor. When you find those clients, you are kinda in a 9-to-5 job, but you don't have to clock in, clock out, but you have like 3 clients, like I am right now. I have 3 clients, and for each of them, I make 1 video a week. That is all. I have deadlines in terms of, for this client, I have to make a video by Monday, for that one by Wednesday, for that one by Friday. And yeah, and I can do them whenever I want. I can wake up whenever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can make 3 videos 1 week and not work for two other weeks and just play Path of Exile 2. I already have 80 hours in 2 weeks. That is not all right. That is not okay. That is running away from reality, and everything should be balanced. So again, expect that this will not be easy. You will not find clients because you will follow some guide on finding clients. Release those expectations. of making this something that sustains your life right away. In the beginning, this will be kind of like a hobby. This will be a hobby of yours. It's a game for you. Yeah, find a client, make a video, get some money for it. Wow, mission accomplished. Next one. Do not think about this as like something that will save your life, your career. You know, all the best work that you can find online or like anywhere, it's something that is made from creativity and inspiration. It is not something that is made because a person wanted to make money from that thing. We are facing this right now in the gaming industry. Most of the big companies like Ubisoft, which were great, now they are just shitty and the games are shitty. They don't make games out of creativity, out of passion, out of like, we want to make a game that we want to play. They're making a game that they think will bring them money. And you see how it goes with Assassin's Creed and Concord and stuff like that. So remember, if you will lose your expectations, but still have goals and have a desire to succeed in it, you will succeed. Don't be afraid. Every successful video editor that you can find online, they started there. We've all been there. We will have to get through it, and you will get through it. Just stay engaged and inspired. Make this out of love from this craft. And create something that you like. I think that's the most important thing. Let's get to something a little more practical. Something that is very important in video editing, something that will probably take even more time than the actual video editing sometimes, is the client work. Looking for clients, finding clients, presenting yourself the right way, making those clients working with you again. As we know, if you will find a client that will order one video from you, one video every 2 months, for example, one video will be $500, let's say. Like, it's a big project. Will it be better than a client that pays you $300 for one video, but that client has one video every week, which is $1,200 a month, which in like country like mine, you can actually live from this pretty easily. Yeah, I think that is better. When you're a freelancer, having a stable income is very important. When I just started, my client that I'm still working with, he was very chaotic. Sometimes he had videos, a lot of them. Sometimes he didn't. I could like be without work for a month, and then I am so stuffed with work for like 2 weeks that I just barely see the sunlight. And then I have to think, if he will stop making videos again, he will have a vacation or something, and I have to save money to live off when that client is away. Spend more time in looking for new clients, or and when you have a lot of work, you don't have time to do that. So that's a whole process of setting up your personal system on like work, because this at the end of the day, this is just work. You just help clients with their stuff, with their videos, and you get paid for it. And finding clients that will be consistent, finding clients that will pay you consistently is very important. How do we find those clients? I personally found my first client on Upwork and all the other ones on Fiverr. My profile on Fiverr has not been updated since I created it, so 3 years. And as you may guess, the quality of videos that I make in 3 years kind of improved. The videos that I made had like maybe 20,000 views for my clients, but now 3 years later I have 20 million views on my name on YouTube, and it's just from the long form content, because I decided that I am not working with short form content. We will get to that later. Why did I do that? If I will not forget, we will get to that. Creating your profile on Fiverr, on Upwork, on any platform is, in my opinion, crucial. You have to think like a marketer. You have to think about your profile, about the text, about the bullet points as a marketer. And you have to make them look easily readable. You have to make them look catchy with some emojis. You have to decide where you can use bold text or something, if you can. You just have to look at this as a marketer, and understand what does the client look for? Does the client look for fast turnarounds. If you are ready to deliver that, put it there. Some of the clients they really love when they can send a video and in one day it is ready. I am not like that. I don't do fast turnarounds. But for the past year, there were like very few times when I had revisions on my videos, when I had to fix something. And it was never more than one revision. And it was usually something small, like remove that meme because it's too, I don't know, crazy or something. So that is my approach. For example, I try to deliver the best work as I can from the first try, and I always try to understand that exact client needs, because every client needs something different. Some clients want you to be more creative. Some clients want you to like create something Mr. Beast style, engaging retention editing stuff. Some of the clients, they don't know what they need. They just make videos and they don't know how can it look. If you understand as an editor that this is not a Mr. Beast style video, that you have to make that video as clear for the viewer as possible because it's an explanatory video, you amplify those things. You make sure that like when you watch this video that you edited, you understand this topic. You understand what your client is talking about on that video, and you amplify the most important points. In terms of how you amplify them, we will get to this in the editing section. You will put some of the things that you consider valuable in terms of editing that you are confident that you can do. If you are not confident that you can do them, but you want to do them, you want to learn them, put it there. Like a secret, oh my God, I'm a fraud. When I created my profile on Fiverr and on Upwork, I put 5 years of experience in video editing because I counted like when was the first time when I opened Premiere Pro on my computer. I guess it was at that time like 5 years before I opened it, and then I didn't use it for 3 more years or 4. I don't know. So yeah, because if you're confident that you can edit videos like you're doing this for 5 years, put it there. Some of the clients will look at this and like, yeah, 5 years of experience is so much better than 3 years. Oh, it's like, but you have to make sure that you are able to deliver on that promise. You are able to edit like you edited for 5 years. In terms of reaching out to clients and talking to clients, from my experience, I did Upwork and I did Fiverr. On Upwork, you have to write these cover letters to clients. I don't even remember my first cover letter, but I remember that for 1 week, every day I could do like 3, 4, 5 cover letters. I was sending it to some clients, and in 1 week only one of them responded, which probably was the best client that I could find at that moment. From what I learned from that point, I always talked to clients in a way that I am partnering with them. I am invested in what they are doing. I am cheering for them, and I want to make sure that they will succeed. If I will see that the client is approaching me like I am some sort of a gear, like in the machine, like if someone talks about some sort of a schedule in terms of like when I have to clock in or something, goodbye right away. That's not why I am doing this. And if the client is, trying to set up some sort of rules or something like that, when it's not a project, the client is passionate about that project and I'm passionate about that project. Not like even passionate, more like invested. So when we are both invested in this, the client sees that I'm also invested, and it's like I check their YouTube channel. I will mention the videos that I really liked in the channel. I will mention what would I add or what could I improve. And I will just do my research and do some real life suggestions. When the client is showing me their YouTube channel, sending the link, and saying, here's our YouTube channel, and I'm like, all right, I would do this and that and that, and I think that would improve that and that, and I'm just going through. I really love the way that you made that thing, really love that, and I really love your intro on that video, and yeah, we could do more of this, more of that. So I'm talking to them like I am interested. Maybe sometimes I am interested, depending on the topic and the kind of videos, but I'm always talking to the client like a human being. I talk a lot, I write a lot of text. I'm very, as you can see, I like to talk. When I talk to those clients, always I put myself in a position that I'm not working for you, I'm working with you. And I just want to make that clear. I don't want to be treated like I am an employee. I am a professional that is providing their services to help you to achieve your goals. And when I will start working with you, I will also be invested in your project. And I will have my own opinions on how things should be, how I think it's better, it's worse, stuff like that. But to get to that point of conversations with your clients, you have to be confident in your work. And that only happens after a lot of tries, a lot of times of editing a video for a client and seeing it getting published and posted, and you see the results. And if it's not that good, if it's not working well, iterate, do more, improve, learn more things, try to get creative. What I'm talking about right now are some kind of, projects like long form videos, something like talking head explanatory videos for YouTube. There are a lot of kinds of video editing jobs out there. There are jobs that will probably pay you more money. Like a client can order, 100 shorts and will pay you $50 for each short. And you have 2 weeks to 1 month to do that. That's a lot of money, but that's also a lot of boring ass work, which can also be fun if you will approach it like, how can I automate it as much as possible? Like automate subtitles, automate animations, automate even cutting and trimming and stuff like that. But these are, I wouldn't call it like video editing jobs. I would call it content production jobs. If it's your thing, you can also do that. I am not in that place at this moment, and to be honest, I'm not sure that I will ever be. Video editing for me is a passion of mine, and I am working as a freelance video editor right now, but eventually I will use video editing for my purposes, for achieving my goals, not goals of all the clients. I am glad to help them. And by the way, this is also pretty interesting point, that you actually should be glad to help your clients. When you approach this job, not like you are an employee and you work for them and you get money for the video that is made, you will start to feel yourself like you are in the office. But if you approach it like you are helping a person, you're helping a client, and you're actually cheering for them, sometimes if you're lucky, those clients will also tell you like, thank you, your work is amazing. Because I had this when all of my clients, like long-term clients, they told me this at some point, and they keep telling me when the video is really great or it's like a success on YouTube, it gains like millions of views, they are texting me like, damn, amazing job, thank you. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so kind. And yeah. These are, to be honest, I think the emotions why I am still doing this job. Not the money, but the recognition that I'm doing something beautiful, something that they like, something that works for them, works for me. This is how this job can hold you, when you see the response from the viewers and from the clients. But how can you make those clients that reach out to you like once, how can you make them become your long-term clients? Now, recently, I had a very interesting case. A client on Fiverr found me. He gave me a test video, which is paid. I don't do test videos that are not paid. No one should, in my opinion. That client had me and the other editor competing, like who will make the best video. And the other editor won, because he made kind of like better video. He used more effects, more stuff. And the client picked that editor. After a couple of weeks, that client reached out to me again and said, can you make another video for us? Because you both did a great job, and maybe you can make another one. So I made another one. And then that client, for some reason, this time, he said, holy hell, that was so good. Can you make more? I'm ready to give you all of our videos. I was confused because like the first time the video that I did was almost the same. He didn't react that way. Now, when I asked that client, so you picked the other editor, what happened? I don't think my editing changed a lot this time. So the reason was that other editor was trying so hard on the first test video to get this client that eventually, when he got the client, on the future videos, he stopped to put effort into the videos that he was editing for that client, and the client recognized it right away. And it's like, all right, so you tried so hard for the test video and now you're not doing shit. That was a pretty interesting point for me. And also that editor asked for money in advance, like money like for 5 videos in advance, which I don't do. You send me money when I finish the project, because otherwise I will, to be honest, that is my problem, which worked for me in favor, because I cannot motivate myself to do a video if I already got paid for it. I'm like, I already have the money. Why the fuck should I do something? And I also hate the feeling when I owe something to someone. So if I get paid early and I owe someone like 4 or 5 videos, and I'm like, damn, I just hate the feeling when I owe something to someone, and then it stresses me out if I'm not able to deliver on time or something. It's not the best approach in terms of the amount of money you can generate, but for my sanity right now, at this moment in time, this is what I need. Because for business, taking money up front is actually a great approach, because you can take money up front, then you can find the other editor. You can outsource those videos to the other editor, like pay less money. I also feeling ashamed when I pay less money to someone that I would take myself. And then you basically earned maybe $1,000 or something without doing anything, without editing anything. That's more like business kind of approach, in my opinion. The moral of the story is that under promise, over deliver. First of all, I did not try to impress the client with the test video so that then when I will get to working with him long term, I will not be able to deliver the same results. I said, all right, he was paying me $150 for that test video. I'm like, all right, I'm working $30 per hour. So $30 per hour, 150, that means I can spend on your video 5 hours at most. So, and I actually worked on that video with a thought that this video, the effort that I put into it, should feel like $150 for me. So it's not a lot of effort, to be honest, because that's not a lot of money for like a whole, I don't know, 10 to 15 minute video. So I try to make it simple, make it short, and to see if this can be sustainable for me. And yeah, so that's what I did. I said I could make it better, but I was limited with time. I'm sorry. Yeah, I could make this video better. I could work on it a bit more, but because of the pricing, how much you pay for the video, I was not able to do that. I wish I could, but I cannot. Sorry. You know, and eventually, now I'm already making 8th video for that client in like 1 or 2 months. That client already pays me $200, $250 for a video, because I'm saying, yeah, that video was longer. We had 30 minutes of raw footage and it turned out to be a 17-minute video. So I'm like, still, that's my pricing strategy. I will spend on this video at least 8 hours. So let's count. And now if the client has a bigger video, like 30 minutes of footage, 40 minutes of footage, and we negotiated a price of $150. And I'm like, man, if I'm making this video, it's much bigger video. I can spend the same amount of hours that I spent on that small one, but of course it will be much less edited. It will have much less effects like subtitles and stuff like that. And we can stick to 150. So I'm like sticking to that. I wish I could, but you don't pay me enough. Tell me, do you want me to spend the same amount of hours and it will be less edited, or you want me to go all in, but you have to pay more? And this client actually said, yeah, let's make it the same as the others and I will pay you more. And even I said, yeah, I did, I made that video. I put a lot of effort into it. And I said, all right, that was like, I don't remember, $220. He said, damn, that video is so good. $250, no less. And I'm like, you know, that really shows you that your work is appreciated, and that is very important. This is my segue into pricing yourself. Pricing yourself is something that will not come from the beginning. This is something that comes to you with time, because confidence. It's all about confidence. It's all about the confidence that you can deliver some sort of work, and the confidence that this work is actually good, because we don't know if our videos are good. Let's be honest. When we are making videos on YouTube for ourselves, we don't know if they are good, and we are scared to post them, and we are even more scared to send our videos to clients. But then, even when I see other editors that are like creating crazy 3D animations and doing all this blah, 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 I think, wow, I'm probably a shitty editor. But then I see my clients and their response, and the views on their videos that I'm making. Yeah, of course, it's like 80%, it's not editing. 80%, it's how the client presents the information, what is the topic and the thumbnail and all that stuff. Those are the most important things. But my editing is what will make a viewer to be engaged, to be like, to have a laugh here and there because of some memes, some references, to understand the video better. That is my job, to make the viewer understand the video better and emphasize the things that the client wants to emphasize in their videos. So when you have a response, you gain confidence. When you gain confidence, you know your worth. Then you are not afraid to value yourself the correct way. So if you will accept some shitty job opportunities in the beginning, that's all right. We've all been there. You have to grind through them. You will have to feel when you take a job for like $100 that will take you 2 weeks, and then you're like, what the fuck am I even doing here? Understand that this is not the end. This is how it starts. Then you realized, all right, I will not do that. That's not good for me. That is not enough. Then you start to balance out your pricing to understand how much can you charge right now at this point with your skills. Again, I'm back at the same thing again. Expectations. It's like it can be problematic. If you can see all those videos that are selling courses like make $500,000 fucking dollars in 1 week by side hustling video editing. No. If you will go into this with that approach, you will probably abandon this whole idea, because that transfer to everything in life, in my opinion. Alright, so in this segment I want to show you a glimpse of my process of editing, because I never shared it on this channel, and like I think I have to, because where is the proof that I'm actually an editor? Maybe I'm hiring editors to make this YouTube channel and I'm just scamming everyone. I will not go deep into editing. I will show you some fundamentals, and I will tell you that a lot of times it all comes down to creating good pacing, creating a change of scene by using zooms, like smooth zooms or any other zoom. Yeah, and I will show you a simple like thing that I use for my animations. Eventually, it all comes down to the video itself, to the content itself, to the creator. How do they deliver information? How do they do this? And the main point is to show you that you don't have to know a lot of things to make a living from video editing. You just have to understand what does the client want and how to make the video more engaging. First and foremost, probably with amplifying the point and stuff like that. At this moment in time, the only thing that I finished with this video is the intro. I haven't even finished it. You will probably saw already the more polished, finished version. But overall, I don't know. If you like this intro, thank you. But now this first... Now this is gonna be a long one. Effect? It's not even an effect. I applied some effect that is called prismatic effect by LL Motion. I downloaded it on Motion Array. I use Motion Array. You can download a lot of stuff from there to play around, because yeah, they have so many cool presets and effects and text and titles, and I strongly advise to, at least for 1 month, buy a $30 subscription on Motion Array or anywhere on the website with some stock stuff, with some presets, and just play with it. You will be able to download a lot of interesting overlays, effects, like presets for everything. Now, if you have seen the Severance TV show, you probably remember the elevator scene and how they do this zoom with... Now this is gonna be a long one. You understood, right? The zoom out, but at the same time pan in, or how do you call it? So basically what I did here is I was holding my camera, holding the zoom of my camera with my hand. Come on. With my hand, and just turning it to make it zooming out while moving closer to the camera. So yeah, that was fun. Now this is gonna be a long now way. Everything tell you why everything here is pretty easy. I don't know if I will use this. I'm not sure. All right, if this will be here. Probably it will. This color. Now we'll talk about this segment. You see how laggy it is? It's because I did not create proxy for this video yet. Proxies. How do you create proxies? You press this button and you just press generate proxy media. Now before you do that, you should always go to the project settings and check the proxy media resolution and proxy media format. Now for me, because I do not do a lot of color correction or anything, I just set the lowest one. And proxy media resolution I set to half. Then I save it. So, and then you just press generate proxy media. I won't do it now because it will take a little bit of time, a couple of minutes, but we don't need to do this right now. This segment, I did this accidentally. So first of all, you copy, these are the same videos. You copy one, you put it here, and this one has magic mask on it, magic mask. So I'm tracking myself here. So then I can put text behind me. Now the animation for the text, you see, is just a simple text. The animation for the text is a preset that I created myself. It's a movement preset created in Fusion, and then you save it as an effect and you can apply it to anything. So you have, for example, any kind of text here. You have this text. I just want to, and you apply your preset. And now I just want to give form content. I just want to give away every boom. And this is from the top. This is from the bottom. I just want to give away. So I created these two, and now I use them all the time. Basically, I'm just when I want something to pop up from the top or from the bottom. In terms of this interesting color, that was completely accidental because I have this effect which is called halftone retro, which I also downloaded on Motion Array. And when I applied it to this background layer, it created such a cool outline of me, like with these waves. This was basically an accident. That's why I suggest you always find some new presets, new effects, and play with them, play around with them. You will find so many interesting stuff you cannot even imagine. That's how, that is very fun part of editing. And in the editing, and yeah, this thing is just, it's basically 2 frames and then the same part but in reverse, then forward, then reverse. And in the editing part I will show you how I make, I don't know, I'm just messing around this video. And yeah, for example, look, here I have something that I use for my client. I created this background, which you can create in DaVinci Resolve. I think it's cool, kind of hypnotic. I created this from pure curiosity. You see this little zoom out, which is created by Magic Zoom V3 by Mr. Alex Tech. Thank you, Mr. Alex Tech. You're amazing, and the plugins that he created, they are so cool. You can have camera shake right inside of the zoom effect, which is also very curiosity. Helpful. So what am I doing usually is I create this kind of sequence. I have a meme. I just want to I have a meme. Want to right? Amplify. I put a drop shadow on it. I put a background. And I put this zoom out. So now we have a small zoom out with this meme. And now to spice it up, I can add this kind of animation that I created. I just want to amplify that I was not. I just want to amplify that I was not. Works. It works just to keep the viewer engaged. It's not something crazy. It's not something. But if you will find some memes or some images or something that will fit the narration, I think it works. I just want to amplify that some small thing. You can do this without any backgrounds or anything. I just want to put this meme somewhere on the side. I don't know, like this, and it will just. I just want to amplify that I was not. Nothing special, but in my opinion,
yeah, I was thinking about
this works.
Maybe become
Now, this is one of the text
If
presets that I use. Hey, what's up?
if you are starting
Hey, what's up?
if you are starting editing.
Now, how did I make this? I don't really remember. I will put another tutorial in the description. Now let's go through a little bit of cutting and trimming. How do I do this in the fast way? Now let me explain to you some of the shortcuts and necessary things that I use. First of all, I already mentioned this little bad boy right here, this mouse. So this is essential for the fast workflow for me. You can program, how many buttons do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I programmed 7 buttons to do specific stuff. Now let me start. Now, for example, you see how fast I can zoom in, zoom out? You can do this with keyboard. Probably you have to hold Alt and use the wheel. But I like to do this only with my right hand. So, and I set these 2 buttons. Come on, focus. Damn it, yeah. These 2. This is zoom in, this is zoom out. Now, and for me, this is so good. I cannot even explain how easier it gets when you just can do all of these things with one hand. Now, the next important thing is that I can use the wheel. You see, you can press the wheel to the right, to the left. And what this does is goes 1 frame to the left and to the right. Now, I also use Z button to cut. You can assign any button you want. And cut, and then you can do this. And you can use X button to ripple delete. And the other thing I use is this. I don't remember the name of the shortcut, which basically what it does is you did a cut here and then you press, you cannot see it right here. You can press this, in my case, C button, and it deletes everything until this cut point. Boom. Now let's try to do a cut and trim speed run. This is the segment of the video that you haven't seen yet, and I will show you how my tools are working. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Then.
You actually have them in the project that you created. Very important.
Very important.
Very important to post it, to publish it. If you are making a tutorial, if you are making a video, if you are creating a project just for doing some tutorials, if you are creating a project just for doing some tutorials,
we don't need
doing some tutorials, testing something out, without the intention that people will see that video, you will probably not go all in. You will not work on it as you should. Because why should I work on it? No one will ever see this. Who cares? And you either will not remember how you did that thing, or you will just not polish it. You will, oh, all right, yeah, I know how to do this. Polish it. You will, Oh, all right. Yeah, I know how to do this thing now. Yeah, that's good. I will remember it. No, you won't.
All right. So yeah, we went through like a couple of minutes or 1 minute, I think, of footage. Cutting and trimming fast is very important. Now, let's get to some zoom ins, which is like also one of the fundamentals. Adjustment clip. So what do I usually do? I'm using adjustment clip, putting it on top of other clips.
I start to look,
and then I'm looking for Mr. Alex Tech. Shout out to Mr. Alex Tech. Magic Zoom V3. He has the latest Magic Zoom, but I'm still using his V3 version. Damn, hit my camera. V3 version because I really like it.
Reddit. I start to watch YouTube tutorials about the.
You probably know this. Now, usually I use a couple of kinds of zoom. I use a standard one with easing.
On Reddit, I start to watch YouTube tutorials about
simple pan in, I guess, simple zoom in. Then I use the one with the same zoom scaling but invert.
The exact thing that I want to learn, and I learn.
Then I create one
about it, and then
that will have a very subtle
about it,
very subtle but fast zoom in
about it, and then
something like
about
this.
It,
and I want to, yeah, if your PC can handle it, you can also add some motion blur, and I want to create some camera shake with it. Let's do like this, just a little bit
about it, and then I implement it in the.
So, and we have this interesting thing
about it, and then I implement it in the video. I take a walk, and I learn about it.
Now, what do I look for when I'm doing all these zoom ins? Why do I even do them? Now, when you have a talking head video, you cannot change angles. You cannot change the shot. And when you have different kind of like zoom ins,
I'm thinking about it, but
let's do it just simple like this. Now let's take a look.
Deciding, all right, I want to create this.
You see, when I have these kind of shots, this one,
create this,
and this one, it's the same shot. But when you have this inside of the video, this kind of pacing, it kind of gives an impression that we are changing shots, that we are changing angles or camera or anything.
Deciding, all right, I want to create this.
And this is very important. Basically, when you do, when you can even do it without all those smooth zoom in, zoom out. When you do it like this,
and in the end, you will have a video or something stacked with.
See, this creates more, I don't know, not action, but like more movement inside of the video. When you have these changing angles,
with great effects that you probably spend week or many weeks working on, and
it feels like it is a change of a shot. It feels like it is a change of an angle, and in my opinion it is very good for the viewer's engagement when you give them this feeling that there is a change of the scene. Now, usually when I do this, I color these in different colors. So this is my zoom in, it's pink. This is my zoom out. It will be olive.
The exact thing.
This is my fast zoom in. This will be orange.
And then I implement it in the video. I take a walk, I take a break, and I think about.
And for example, this blue is my just simple.
I'm thinking about it.
Shot change, simple zoom without not a smooth zoom, just cut rough. This is just a rough zoom.
And in the end, you will have a video or something stacked with great effects that you probably
great effects
that you probably.
And I also love to change the zoom switch between the zooms in the right time. You have to see like, you know,
great effects that you probably
like when you have a change, like when it's the end of the sentence, or when there is a like point to be made, when you want to amplify this something, you can just do this fast cut.
or many weeks working on, and it
You see, 1
week or
many
many weeks,
weeks. 1 week or
many weeks,
and the other shot says many weeks.
working on, and it will be stacked
Good.
with great.
These are just like techniques that I will use for zooming, and then I will just put it here somewhere. Just here we will have a small zoom in.
You actually have them in the project that you created.
Boom.
Very important to post it, to publish it. If you're creating a project,
And then I'm just going through the video, applying these zooms here and there,
just for doing some tutorials,
just for, you see.
or creating a project, just for doing some tutorials, testing something out, without the intention that people will see that.
Without the
Intention
intention
that
that, and when I say people, I want to put a zoom in. Boom.
That people will see that video. You will probably not go all in. You will not work on it.
So yeah, and then you do it throughout the whole video. We'll see if I will have an energy to make these zoom in, zoom outs throughout this whole. And also one little thing before we go, we have music. We have some music here. I will not apply any.
I start to look Reddit. I start to watch
No, that's
YouTube
epic.
tutorials about the exact thing that I want to learn.
And I want to show you the power of silence. Of course, you can go very hard with the music and change a lot of tracks depending on the mood. And yeah, that is the best thing that you can do. This is very good for engagement. This is very important. But if a client doesn't pay you that much, you don't really want to spend that much time searching for the right track, because that can take a long time. If you like music, then if you're really interested in like setting the mood, finding the right piece of music and applying it to a client's video, and doing this, like having 5 tracks for each video, if they pay you well for this, do that. If you feel that it is not worth it, then there is a way. You can have a track. When you have when the narrator, the client, or anyone has a point to amplify, you cut out the audio part. Let's find something, because when it is silent, it will amplify the point that the person is making.
I learn about it, and then I implement
Now let's
exact thing that I want to learn, and
let me try to cut this part out.
thing that I want to learn, and I learn about it, and then I implement it in the video. I take a walk,
see,
I take a break.
It's pretty easy, but you remember that I implement it in the video.
that I want to learn, and I learn about it, and then I implement it in the video. I take a walk, I take a break, and I think about the next segment, interesting segment that I want to learn, that I want to make. I'm thinking about it, I'm deciding, all right, I want to create this. I look up on the internet, I watch tutorials on how to create that thing, and in the end, you will have a video or something stacked with great effects that you probably spend a week, or
maybe you can have a week.
effects that you probably spend a week or many weeks working on, and it will be stacked with great stuff that you came up with for yourself, and you learned how to implement those things. You actually have them in the project. You actually have them in the project that you create.
That you created. Let's amplify you created.
You created. Very important.
Oh, very important. Let's amplify this, because this is very important.
Created. Very important to post it, to publish it. If you're creating a project just for doing some tutorials, testing something out, without the intention that people will see
it.
Without the intention that
boom, cut.
people will see that video, you will probably not. And that's how you do it when you only have one song and you want to make it work for you in your favor, not just some stupid generic background music. You can use music to have these kind of cuts to amplify points. These are some simple tricks that I use. And yeah, if you want to learn more in depth about DaVinci Resolve, about creating crazy effects, I suggest you watch Peach ENT channel. I suggest you watch Walrus Orson Lord YouTube channel, and just follow the advice that I will give you in the next segment of the video that I just tried to edit, because this segment will be about how to become a better editor and a better creator. Again, it is my first time doing this kind of tutorial. I don't even know if this is not even a tutorial. This is just like showing the stuff that is like usually the biggest part of the job. The other big one is to search for content for the video online, like memes, images, or something related, or like b-roll footage. Like, yeah, searching for b-roll is probably, it's a pretty boring stuff if you are not interested in the topic, but yeah, that is a part of the job, I guess. Let's get to the next segment on how to become better editor. One of the most common questions that I got on my channel in the comments is, where should I learn video editing? How should I learn to edit videos? What should I watch? I will be honest with you, for the past year or so, I didn't learn a lot of new things as a video editor, because when you get to work and when you stop creating your own stuff, you're not getting very creative or try to learn something new. But in retrospect, of course, the best way to learn editing for me was to create my own videos, but not just sitting down and creating something like on the go. Usually I was watching some other creators, but I was watching it actively, not binging. I was watching creators that I liked, YouTubers that I liked, someone that inspired me, and I saw their like editing tricks, techniques, effects, or something. Like, you can watch Finzar, you can watch Max, or you can watch Gox, or anyone, and you see what they are doing. When you see something that you really like, you start to think, all right, how can I do this? How can I repeat this effect? In the beginning, when you're just starting, you are looking at this clueless and you don't know, like, this is just not, it's not for me, this is just not possible. I thought, all right, I want to do the same. And I recorded myself doing something like to recreate the similar effect. And I start to Google, I start to look on Reddit, I start to watch YouTube tutorials about the exact thing that I want to learn. And I learn about it, and then I implement it in the video. I take a walk, I take a break, and I think about the next segment, interesting segment that I want to learn, that I want to make. I'm thinking about it, I'm deciding, all right, I want to create this. I look up on the internet, I watch tutorials on how to create that thing. And in the end, you will have a video or something stacked with great effects that you probably spend a week or many weeks working on. And it will be stacked with great stuff that you came up with for yourself, and you learned how to implement those things. You actually have them in the project that you created. Very important to post it, to publish it. If you're creating a project just for doing some tutorials, testing something out, without the intention that people will see that video, you will probably not go all in. You will not work on it as you should, because why should I work on it? No one will ever see this. Who cares? And you either will not remember how you did that thing, or you will just like not polish it. Oh, all right, yeah, I know how to do this thing now. Yeah, that's good. I will remember it. No, you won't. So you should always have an idea, or if you don't have an idea, watch some creators, get inspired, take a walk, take a break, think about what kind of ideas you are ready to implement in your video. How can you do that? And when you have questions, ask them on Google, on YouTube, and then spend a day, spend 2 days creating that effect, creating that scene or anything. That's how you learn. You learn step by step. You have an idea, you want to find a way to make this idea. You spend a lot of time figuring out how to do this, and you finished it. And then you get to the next idea, then you want to implement, and then you get to the next, to the next, to the next. That's how you learn. You do not turn on
like 4-hour tutorial on just all the buttons in DaVinci Resolve and just watch it and then try to repeat everything that the person does without any intention, without any idea behind it, without like a thought, why do you need this right now? When you're learning, you need to have an idea. Why do you need to learn this right now? What do you want to do with that thing that you're learning right now? So when I started, I was learning from Finzar's channel. And in my videos, I wanted to have gaming subtitles. So I watched his gaming subtitles video a lot of times. I recreated it many times. Then I wanted to apply sound effects, and I watched that Finzar sound effect video again and again and again, and that's how I learned each piece of the video step by step. When you will feel yourself comfortable in terms of your software, when you know what your software can do, it will be like a fun game for you. You saw something and you're like, how did they do that? Oh, maybe I can apply this kind of adjustment layer here. Then I can like put the composition mode on this, on that. It's a pretty cool feeling when you understand how something was done, or if you don't understand how something was done, you're trying to figure this out. Like you saw someone made a floating text on the wall, sticked to the wall while the camera was moving. So you're like, how do they do that? Then you learn about tracking, then you learn about planar tracking, and it's like a new world. Then you learn how to do that thing, and then you want to implement it multiple times in your video, and then you create a preset, and that's how it works. Now also, in my opinion, you have to steal. Of course, not steal, but copy something that you like. Because if you will take a look at any creator's video, like the creator that you like, and you will try to recreate this video, like do basically the same. Everything will be the same, and you will try to record it the same and edit it in the same way. You will see that it will look completely different because you will do it your own way, through your interpretation. You will have your own style. You will want to add some other things, the things that you came up with. So when you copy someone, you are not stealing. You are it goes through you. If you will apply some creativity to it, it will be your video, and it will not look like something that you stole from someone. And this is where we get to like creating your style. I have a video on this topic. If you haven't watched it, take a look. It's here somewhere. Creating your style is something that will come to you a little bit later, when you will go through the styles of a lot of other creators that you enjoy watching. You're getting inspired by creators, by movies, by anything, and you like some of the pieces, some of the parts from their videos, from their content, from those movies. And in the beginning, when you're just starting, you watch those things, you do not think about how can you apply them in your art. And your interests are probably unique, and you like something from that creator, something from that movie, something from that. In combination, the things that you like in video content, they will create your own style. Of course, you will have to learn how to create it. Liking it is one thing. You may like it, yeah, wow, that's cool, but how can I make the thing that I like? Now that takes time, because in the beginning, the videos that you will make, you will not like them probably, if you're self-critical, you know. And I don't think you should like them. We should always strive for more. But at the same time, you should always be proud of yourself. Do not compare yourself to some creators that are in the field for like years and years, and they have a lot of experience, and maybe some of them even have more talent. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Comparison is the killer of joy. Like, in conclusion, let me tell you that I think that we are overestimating the value of effects and very hard to do 3D or just animations. Maybe if it's your style overall, if it's necessary for your style, that is great, because there are a lot of channels that they are made around that very hard editing style, like Max or this guy, I don't remember the channel, but his videos, they look so insane. You never seen anything like this. You can also strive for something like that. But in the end, the most important thing is to understand how to create a feeling, an emotion from the viewer. If it's an educational video, how to make a viewer understand the content better. If you just need to make a video more understandable, you don't need to make a cut every 1 second just for the sake of making it like very flashy. And especially for the educational kind of content, if people who will watch it only because you have a flashy effect and a cut every 1 second, these are not probably the target audience. These are people who are not interested in the content itself, and the only thing that holds them near the video is just this flashy brain rot effects or something. In my opinion, it's always narrative. The delivery is the most important thing. That's why so many great creators these days, they don't have a lot of editing. They have a great pacing. They have great delivery. Like sometimes you have to leave the silent parts of the video in. As an editor, I so used to like just cut out all the silent parts from the video. You know, there are these AI tools that will automatically cut all the silent parts. And I don't use them, I don't like them, because sometimes those silent parts, they are actually important for the narrative. Sometimes they are much more engaging to look in the person's eyes when that person is silent or when that person is thinking about something. When you're much more engaged when it's just ta 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 ta. Sorry, I drifted away from the topic, but I think this is a very important part, that your editing should always be complementary to the goal of the video. Of course, if it's Mr. Beast style editing, retention-based editing, yes, yeah, you have to do those kind of effects and everything is loud and everything is flashy and bright. But more and more we are deriving from that. We are getting to the place where more authentic content is much more valuable because people are tired of very fast and flashy edits. You can make fast and flashy edits which also look amazing. Gox is a great example of this. His videos are fast, but his videos take months to think, to shot, to edit. He basically draws everything before shooting the scene. He has a drawings, I guess, of every scene that he wants to make. That's fucking crazy that you can even that you can have these kind of ideas in your head so clearly. So I remember in the past couple of years when I haven't learned a lot of things in terms of editing. The most that I learned was when I subscribed to some websites like Motion Array, when I started to download some effects, presets, overlays, and just try it out. Yes, my memory is full because of those effects, but I downloaded like so many of them and I still haven't tried all of them 1 year later. It's so fun to play around with some cool things. That's when you will have ideas. Oh, look, I have that kind of overlay or that kind of cartoonish explosion effect. Maybe I can create something with that. That's when you will learn a lot of new things. You can pay $30 for 1 month of Motion Array subscription, and during that month you will download a lot of those effects. You will try them out, you will test them out, and you will learn a lot of new things on how to create presets again, how to create macros, how to use those overlays, how everything works. That also helps you to become a better editor. Basically, when you're at the point when you know stuff but you want to learn more, you have to inspire yourself somehow. Either it will be with inspiration from other people's content, or it will be from buying new toys, downloading new effects, downloading new interesting presets, title animations or anything, and just trying them out, testing them out, what you can do with those. If you have any questions or any suggestions about what do you want me to talk about, what are your struggles, leave a comment down below. If anyone watched until this moment, that's crazy. You're crazy, and I appreciate you a lot. Do your best, and I'll see you later.